the most interesting aspect of the exhibition in the end, that one will come to deal with these questions about how artists can influence society's transformation through technology and the new questions of responsibility that arise within technology when art becomes involved and so on. Many of the difficulties that exist in our society, our current situation, I believe, are due to the fact that people have entirely and completely avoided the problems and just pretended that technology was something that developed, on its own, almost like a destiny that no one could possibly avoid. It is precisely in these contexts that I believe art has a truly significant mission, so that we begin to apply the same kind of response, the same sense of responsibility within technology as we have within art.
Do you believe that the artist in that situation can truly influence that particular kind of power elite, or perhaps the small number of individuals who possess political, economic, and military control, and who essentially govern the world in their own specific manner?
Yes, well, I guess...
Or will they dominate the artists?
Yes, it's all about the game, and where artists really must assert themselves, but where they have the enormous advantage, that they have the initiative, I believe, that they possess a creative force that is truly abundant.
The electricity from your hand when you touch the sensitive plant transmits impulses that activate Thomas Shannon's electronic squatter. One day, perhaps in a similar fashion, we might be able to connect the human brain directly to a computer. The American artist Robert Rauschenberg and the Swedish physicist Willy Kluver initiated in the year 1965 a widely recognized collaboration with this distinctive 5-part hull sculpture that incorporated built-in radio receivers. The Korean Nam June-paik last year came up with the idea to subject a TV receiver to interference and called the result McLuhan Cage, even though it's Mayor Lindsay who is sitting in the box. Another electronically processed image is transformed into characters by a computer. Computer graphics were invented to analyze spy plane photographs. An electromagnetic conversation in Kentucky's so-called telesculpture. All this points to new forms of collaboration between art and technology. In this mobile wall, an American and a Chinese artist have used prefabricated steel strips, oscillators, stroboscopic light, and electronics. They have been awarded one of the prizes in a major competition that was announced in preparation for the exhibition, The Machine. The remainder of the competition is being shown at the Brooklyn Museum, and there we will encounter, among others, this plastic bride created by Roberta Phillips and the electronics expert MacDonald. Electronic music is registered in the face's TV tubes, and the sculpture is named Speak So That I May See. The competition for collaboration between technicians and artists had been announced by EAT, the new organization for experiments in art and technology. We heard about it a year or so ago when it was being formed. It was in connection with Filkingen's Technology Festival in Stockholm, with a collaboration that fell apart. Since then, EAT has opened an office in New York and started its matchmaking service between technicians and artists. The initiator, together with Rauschenberg, the Swedish-born visionary Billy Kluver, who left his job as a researcher at Bell Telephone to live in EAT, If some things are a bit crazy or amusing in the house that was submitted for the competition, it's not his fault, because this is only the beginning. But why, for that matter, shouldn't our Gröna be able to engage machine artists now that Disneyland in California is said to be giving the Swedish-descended pop artist Claes Oldenburg a $1 million commission? So here are Billy Kluver and Oyvind Fallström. Bob Elstrom has filmed them through Harrison Stern's concave mirror hemisphere, another machine of wonder. It produces enlarged, distorted mirror images that seem to project into the room. What do you want in EAT, Mandur Unoravur?
What is it endeavoring to accomplish? It means experiments in art and technology, that's what it is.
Exactly. Well, what we are trying to accomplish is to make it easier for the artists and to utilize the innovative technical materials and processes, the fresh opportunities that have emerged and developed over the past 10, even 20 years. The overall situation has, of course, undergone significant changes, considering that when people were painting with oil on canvas, the artists had the opportunity to learn and master all the essential techniques that were truly necessary for their craft. Today,
Was it noted?
that's right, it was. These days he is confronted with an almost immeasurable amount of possibilities in terms of materials and opportunities, and I believe that this exhibition is a prime example of that kind of that inventiveness, the sheer ingenuity that truly exists.
Yes, this exhibition at the Brooklyn Museum, it actually is. It shows all the entries, from what I understand, that were submitted to this competition about a collaboration between an artist and a scientist or engineer.
Yes, that's right. Of the 130 works that were submitted, 90 were collaborations between artists and engineers, and the remaining pieces were works that the artists themselves had created, but which contained technical elements.
What should be done in the future to build on this collaboration that has just started? Who is it that needs, is it the artist who goes to the technicians and, so to speak, needs them? Or is there a kind of movement in the other direction too, that the technicians want to approach the artists?
Up until now, it has mostly been moving in one direction, but we're seeing a flow from the artists to the engineers, but perhaps only 10% is going in the other direction. Engineers, and perhaps even more so architects as well, more and more often they call us up and they say that they would really like to speak with an artist who is interested in doing this or that particular thing. And then the industry has also started to get a bit smart to engage artists for shorter term assignments so that they can contribute their skills in a very specialized area. This is predominantly relevant to the field of computer technology. Computers, you see, for the purpose of allowing us to experiment and...
They've created the computer-generated ones. Here. That's it, exactly.
Engineer Ralph Martel is placing a stethoscope against his own heart. He has been awarded the first prize for his artistic creation, Heart Beats Dust, alongside the French artist Jean Dupuy. The rhythmic heartbeats are electronically transmitted to a special membrane, which then propels the dust particles into the light cone within a transparent glass enclosure. Martel and Dupuy discovered each other's collaboration through the EAT organization.
Specifically, and from my personal perspective, I'm well involved with the engineers, and I believe that IET has been extremely helpful to me. It has precisely propelled me into this particular path, and this is for me something entirely unfamiliar. It is a truly brand new adventure. I got in touch with the Celanese company, which is a very important plastic manufacturer, but because I knew a man who was part of that organization and who helped me and introduced me, who presented me to the management and who then gave me the material I was asking for. But
if it happened to be a large-scale project which requires many tens of thousands of dollars, for example, then in that particular situation, the artist, in a certain sense, would effectively be doing advertising work for a major corporation.
Naturally, and Celanese provided me with a substantial quantity of polyethylene for a considerable amount of money, but in return, I committed myself to participate in an exhibition to mention their help and to specifically mention their name.